Hello students, our today's topic is a project which is given by ISC Council. The project is on regression. For a given data, find the regression equations by the method of least square. So first we discuss the theory, then we shall take an example how to apply the theory on a numerical data set. So here let us consider x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 are n pairs of bivariate observations. So the question is, what is a bivariate observation? When measurements are taken on two variables simultaneously. For example, you consider a group of students. For each student, you are measuring his or her height and weight. For a certain plot or for certain state, you say state West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, or like states. For the last 10 years, you have measured the rainfall and yield of a certain crop. For some family, you have measured the income and expenditure for last 10 months. So these type of data, when two variables are measured simultaneously, then we say that it's a bivariate data. Now you see that height, weight, rainfall, yield of crop, income, expenditure, even you can say that the profit of an insurance company and the number of claim they had paid and so on. So many more bivariate observations are there. Clearly, we see that there is an interdependence between the pair of variables. Clear? So what type of interdependence is this? Sometimes we see that when one variable is increasing, then the other variable is also increasing. For example, if we say that ages of husbands and ages of wives, you see that as ages of husbands is increasing, then ages of wives are also increasing. You can say you can take the example, the profit of an insurance company and the number of claim they had paid. Now see that as the number of claim they had paid is increasing, then the profit is decreasing. So this type of interdependence are of two types. Maybe both variables are increasing together or both variables are decreasing together. Otherwise, when one of the variable is increasing and other variable is decreasing. When both variables are increasing together or both variables are decreasing together, we say that the correlation between them is positive. And when one variable is increasing and other one is decreasing, then we say that the correlation between them is negative. So correlation is the measure of strength of relationship. Now as it is very clear that there is a relationship between the pair of variables, so we try to express the relationship between them by some mathematical equation. Such an equation is called a regression equation. So what is the utility of a regression equation? Let us suppose for a certain plot we are given the rainfall and yield of crop for the last 10 years. Now for the 11th year, if we get the rainfall, the amount of rainfall, then obviously we can make an estimate what is going to be the yield of crop for the 11th year. So this is a problem of regression, and for this problem we try to fit some mathematical equation based on the pairs of observation we already observed. Clear? Such an equation is called a regression equation, and the process of fitting such a curve to a observed bivariate data set is called a curve fitting. Now we shall discuss the process of fitting a curve. or the process of curve fitting. So we have already seen that xi yi for I equals to 1 2 dot 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 n are the n pairs of bivariate observation. First we plot this bivariate observation on a two-dimensional graph, that is for suppose x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 dot dot like this, and through these plotted points we draw a graph, we fit a curve. Clear? Through these plotted points we fit a mathematical curve. Now what type of mathematical curves are used is the question. I am taking some of the example. First, y equals to a plus bx. It's the equation of a straight line. Now when to use a straight line? If the plotted points are showing linear trend, then we use y equal to a plus bx. Another equation we can use y equals to a plus bx plus cx square. A plus bx plus cx square. So it's a quadratic and the geometrical figure is a parabola. So when we use this, if the plotted points showing parabolic trend, if the plotted points are showing parabolic trend. Another curve which is also used very frequently is called a exponential curve. Y equals to a b to the power x, exponential curve. Now the question is when to use the exponential curve. If instead of plotting y values, we plot the log y values, that is log y and x are showing linear relationship. Number 4, y equals to ax to the power b, which is called a geometric curve. And when to use this curve? If log y, instead of plotting y value and x value, we are plotting log y and log x value. That is log y and log x are showing linear relationship. There are also many more curves, but for example I have taken only these 4. But our syllabus, the scope of syllabus includes only a fitting of a straight line. Clear? So next we shall discuss the process of fitting a straight line which is of the form y equal to a plus bx. Now we shall discuss the method of fitting a straight line. Now the method of fitting a straight line, or whatever may be the curve, the method of fitting is depending on the principle of least square. Now see what is principle of least square. It suggests that the principle of least square is a method which minimizes the sum of square of deviation of actual values of y and estimated values of y. Now let's see what is the actual value of y and what is the estimated value of y. So we are taking p I equal to xi yi be a general point for I equals to 1, 2, 3 dot 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 n, and we plot them on a two-dimensional graph. So like this, we are plotting the points, and through the plotted points, let us suppose we have drawn this straight line whose equation is y equal to a plus bx. So y equal to a plus bx is the straight line. Now y equals to a plus bx is called the best fit straight line if the error and or the residuals are minimum for this line. Remember that y equal to a plus bx is called the best fit straight line if it minimizes the error or residuals. Now see that what are the error or residual. Let us suppose this one is the point pi is equals to xi yi. Now if this one be the point, then you can see that this measure on x-axis is xi and this one is yi. So here xi yi is the observed value. Clear? Now in this equation, if we put xi for x, put xi for x, so what you will get? Y equal to a plus bxi. Now which one is y? This one is y value, that is up to this height is a y value, and this value is a plus bxi. So observed value is yi and estimated value which is obtained from the geometrical curve which we have been fitting is a plus bxi. Clear? So they see that there is a difference until or unless the points is lying on the geometrical figure, there must be a difference between the observed value and estimated value. This observed value or estimated value is called the error or residual. So I am writing error equals to error or residual equals to yi minus a plus bxi. Now we try to minimize the sum of square of all these error. So what are the sum of square? Let E denotes the sum of square of all these error. Therefore E equals to sigma I equals to 1 to n yi minus a minus bxi whole square. Clear? So E is this one, and in the next stage we discuss how to minimize the sum of square of all these error. Obviously this type of minimization is based on the principle of maxima minima, which you have already seen in our application of derivative. Now see that we have already seen E equals to sigma I equals to 1 to n yi minus a minus bxi. Now we shall differentiate E with respect to a and with respect to b. Now see that when with respect to a and with respect to b we are differentiating, which means that a and b are variable. Now the problem is that so far what we have seen, the derivative of a function of the form y equal to fx, and what we write, dy dx equal to f dash x. Clear? Now the question is, if we are given some function which is of the form z equal to fxy, so what the RHS is representing? RHS is representing a function whose two variables are x and y, and in that case we use partial derivative. Clear? When we differentiate it with respect to x, we write like it, del z by del x. Clear? And in case of del z by del x, we assume that x is the only variable and y is constant. And in case of del z by del y, that is when we are differentiating fxy with respect to y, then we consider only y as a variable and x is treated as a constant. So nothing special, everything is similar with derivative, but remember that in case of partial derivative, one variable is treated as variable and all the remaining variables are treated as constant. So here, when we are differentiating e with respect to a, let's see, del e by del a equals to sigma I equals to 1 to n. So every stage I am not writing sigma I equals to 1 to n. Since n values are there, we are assuming earlier. So sigma means it implies sigma I equals to 1 to n. Sigma yi minus a minus bxi. Now its whole square. So what is the form? It's a x square form. And what is the derivative of x square? So x square has derivative 2x. So 2 into x. Now we shall differentiate this x part with respect to a. That is, I am writing del a of yi minus a minus bxi. Now see that here only a is variable and the others are constant. So these two constant has derivative 0 and minus a with respect to del a has derivative minus 1. So this result is minus 2 sigma yi minus a minus bxi, and this is the first order derivative. So according to the principle of maxima minima, this value must be 0. So when minus 2 is divided by 0, we shall get 0. So we can write the equation like this: sigma yi equals to sigma a minus b sigma xi. See that, plus b sigma xi. These two minus quantities are taken on the RHS. Now let's see what is the meaning of sigma a. Now sigma y. What is the meaning of sigma y or sigma yi? That is y1 plus y2 plus y3 plus dot 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 up to yn. Since y is a variable, it has its different value, and sigma yi means sum of all these different values. Now see that, what is the meaning of sigma a? When it is always a, that is a is constant, that is a is occurring for n times. So this result is na. So what you can write, sigma y equals to na plus b sigma x. This is equation number 1. Again we shall differentiate the same thing, same e with respect to b, that is del e by del b. Now del e by del b, again it's a differentiation of a square function. So 2 into sigma yi minus a minus bxi into del b of yi minus a minus bxi. Now see that yi and a are constant, so their derivatives are 0, and minus bxi has derivative minus xi, that is del xi is taken outside the derivative, del b of b is 1. So again I am getting minus 2 into sigma yi minus a minus bxi into xi. Just see that del b of minus b is 1 and xi is treated as constant. So constant will remain same, and the minus 1 derivative is multiplied with 2. Again this is the first order derivative, so its value is again 0. So what we can write, see that xi into yi, dividing by minus 2 we shall get only this quantity is 0. Now this one is sigma xi into yi. Now this one is a into sigma xi. I am writing it's on RHS. A into sigma xi. plus b into sigma xi whole square. Clear? Sigma xi into sigma xi, b into sigma xi whole square. So this is equation number 2. Clear? So equation number 1 and equation number 2 are called normal equation. Remember that they are called normal equation. Clear? And by solving this normal equation, we can find the value of A and B. So, we have seen how to find the two constant of the equation y equal to a plus bx. Now remember that there are two regression equation. One is used for the estimation of y. This equation is y on x, whose actual meaning is y is to be estimated based on x. Clear? So here x is the independent variable. Now we know that there is another equation, another regression equation, which we used to estimate x based on y, and this equation is of the form x equal to a plus by. This equation is called x on y. Actually, so it's briefly we say that x on y, it means that x is to be estimated based on y. Now remember that in case of y on x, we minimize the horizontal error. In case of y on x, we minimize the vertical error because y is measured vertically. You can remember the diagram. Here is the observed value and here is the estimated value. So we minimize the vertical error. Clear? And in case of x on y, we minimize the error due to the measure of x. That means horizontal error, because x is measured horizontally. So here we minimize the error which is occurring due to the measure of x. Here the error is occurring due to the measure of y, and here the error is occurring due to the measure of x. So they are horizontal error. This is the reason the two regression equations are different. Now we shall discuss what are the two normal equation of x equals to a plus by. The first one, normal equation, the same process. Here E equals to sigma, you can write I equals to 1 to n, x minus a minus byi. Clear? So they are square. So from this again we differentiate this equation with respect to a and with respect to b, and we get the equation sigma x equals to na plus b into sigma y, number 1. And another is sigma xy equals to n into a into sigma y plus b into sigma y whole square. This is equation number 2. So these two are the normal equation in case of when we are going to find the second equation which is of the form x equal to a plus by. So by the help of these two normal equation by solving these two normal equation, again we can find the value of a and b and put in the original equation which is our desired regression equation. Now here we are taking an example which is solved by using the two normal equation whose derivation we have already seen. Now see that x has values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sigma x is 15. Similarly y has values 3, 7, 9, 10, 11, sigma y is 40. X, y, 1 into 3, 3, 2 into 7, 14, 3 into 9, 27, 4 into 10, 40, 5 into 11, 55, where we are getting sigma xy equals to 139, sigma x square, that is 1 square, then 2 square, then 3 square, then 4 square, then 5 square. So that sigma x square is 55 and sigma and y square, different values of y square, 3 square, 7 square, 9 square, 10 square, 11 square. So sigma y square is 360. Now here we are finding the equation of y on x. So we have already seen that the two normal equations are sigma y equal to n into a plus b into sigma x. Let's see what is the value of sigma y. Sigma y is 40, n into a, n is the number of observation. Here I am writing n equals to number of observation. So x has 5 observation or also y has 5 observation because this is a bivariate data. So n equals to 5 a and sigma x into b. Sigma x has value 15. So 15b. First normal equation is 40 plus 5. 40 equals to 5a plus 15b. And see that second normal equation, sigma xy equal to a into sigma x plus b into sigma x square. So sigma xy 139, a into sigma x. So that is sigma x is 15. So 15a and b into sigma x square. Sigma x square is 55b. Now see that equation 2 into 3. We are multiplying equation number 2 by 3. So what we are getting? 15a plus 45b equals to 120. See that this equation is multiplied by 3. I am getting 15a plus 45b equals to 120. And equation 2 is remaining same since 15a is there. So 15a plus 55b equals to 139. So subtracting 15a will cancel and solving we get b equals to 19 by 10. And putting the value of b equals to 19 by 10 in the first equation, that is 40 plus equals to 5a plus 15 into 19 by 10. We get the value of a, which is a equals to 23 by 10. So y on x, what was the form of the equation? Y on x is the equation y equals to a plus bx. Here we put the value of a and b and we get the equation y equals to 23 by 10 plus 19 by 10x, that is a plus bx. And the second equation is on the equation of x on y, whose two normal equations are sigma x equal to na plus sigma by, which means that sigma x is 15, n is 5 and sigma y is 40. So 15 equals to 5a plus 40. And the second normal equation is sigma xy equal to A into sigma y plus B into sigma y square. See that sigma xy 139, sigma y is 40, A into 40, and sigma y square is 360. Here we are by solving these two equations, we get B equals to 19 by 40 and A equals to minus 4 by 5. So the equation of x on y is, what was the form of the equation? Just remember, x equal to A plus by. Just putting the value of A and B, we are getting x equal to minus 4 by 5 plus 19 by 40y. So hope that the process and the example, everything is clear. Thank you.